in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hey, hey.
Rob, you got caught.
You got caught.
We had all wardrobe malfunction.
Yeah, muévelo.
Luckily, y'all didn't catch that. Here comes in this.
Ooh, Claudia.
I'm getting.
All right.
I stuffed my bra vibes from you.
Yes. I got competition. So
Welcome to the show.
All right. So welcome.
Full discretion is advised. And
Before we get started,
full discretion is advised. And the
Yes.
kids to school, to school.
A dormir.
A dormir, por
A
favor.
dormir.
Y antes de que me digas algo, Ilsa, because I already know, because you always talk crap, that it's too early or whatever. Send them to sleep.
A dormir.
Or
A
just
dormir.
to another room because I don't need to be listening. Okay.
A dormir.
Discretion has been advised.
Yes, you were
Okay.
forewarned. So welcome to the podcast recording of Hey
Hey,
Comadre
Comadre.
with Claudia.
Ilsa, Marianne,
And it's Claudia Macias entre las.
Garcias.
All right, so a while ago, you said, what are we going to be talking about today?
You know what?
And I said, big energy.
And I said, well, what does that mean? You know what? I love that you bring that up because on our last show that we had, we talked about, what kind of what do we give out to people,
Our
right?
vibes.
Our
What
vibe.
vibe?
And I hate to go negative, right?
Well, but it's okay. Go for it. A ver.
But what kind of energy? That was so important when you said, Marianne said, what kind of energy do you give out?
You see that laugh? That was an evil laugh.
I
That
give
laugh says it
I
all.
don't know if I give out, is it a vibe? Is it an energy? Number one, I give a very professional, I don't give a energy
Mhm.
that tends to get a little bit derailed into what I really do feel. But because I love networking. Don't get me wrong. I love networking. If you
Yes.
catch me at a networking event, I'm
Mhm.
all about networking. But when it comes to dating, which is something we
Yeah.
talked about,
Yeah.
God, they can go on forever and ever and ever. And my vibe goes from here to here and here until bye. Like delete. I like what Comadre says, delete,
Drop,
block,
delete.
and delete, right?
DBD.
But
Whoa.
why? What kind of energy? And I love this song, the song that's really popular, like
Big energy.
Big energy,
Yeah.
right?
Big energy.
Because I like to I want to have your energy and your energy.
What?
Because without you knowing, girls, you give out a very sincere energy, while
Aw.
while Marianne gives a very sexy energy.
Oh,
You do.
nada que ver. I'm a big. If you get to know me, I'm the biggest dork ever.
But your energy is very much like that, very welcoming.
Yeah.
And I've been told I do not have a welcoming energy. Men tend to not be a little bit put off.
Are they like intimidated by you? I think that's probably what it is. Maybe.
I don't know about
But
intimidation.
is it okay though for them to fall off the wagon or fall off the list?
I
Is
don't
that
want
energy
them to
okay?
fall off the list? Like, there's some that I don't want to fall off the list. But okay, so I go out on dates.
Okay.
Or
So,
I meet, right? I do meet
Coffee?
not right, coffee or
Yes.
whatever. And recently the whole conversation was very much like it was too business for me. And I try to let loose and say no, but oh my God. And then something happened.
What happened?
I made a comment about local news issues going on, right?
Oh.
We know what we're talking about. And this person says, oh, so you're telling me, are you pro-choice or pro-life? You know what? I don't want to, you know what? And even now, I mean, I think you already know how I feel.
Yeah.
Because if you do know me, then
Yeah.
you will know how I feel.
Uh-huh.
So, but I didn't feel like I wanted to discuss this because
No.
I didn't feel like he was a discussion person, but more of he wanted a confrontation person.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but you are that vibe.
Mm.
You are that vibe.
But it's still okay. So
And we did talk about that earlier.
We
On
did.
another
Can I
show.
just
We
say
talked
something?
about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Men have a thing about me that they love to confront me.
Mm.
Por
They
eso
like to
digo,
argue with me.
That's because you have this strong energy about you.
But do you want to change that?
Do you want to come off more soft?
a little bit. I sometimes,
But wouldn't that not be you?
it wouldn't be me.
Or do you think you've had to have been in the industry you're in so long that you feel that you need to reprogram yourself?
So I want to be seen as a woman and not as a man.
But this is this is the thing.
Okay.
However, all three of us are professionals. We work in
Yes.
corporate
Right.
America.
Yes.
We're Latina, so we're a
Right.
minority, right?
Yeah.
So we
Educated.
already educated minority. So we already have that working like kind of
Against us.
against us, and
Yeah.
so we're in male-dominated arena, so to say.
True.
So we have to have that strong, like, presence. And so that probably exudes in, other areas in
And
our
I
life.
still have, even
like
though,
when we're dating.
and you just said I have a sincere energy, and I think my sincere energy comes from the fact that I am not in a male-dominated industry.
Mhm.
It's more women because it's education.
Mhm.
But the higher you go, the more men you see.
Mm.
Like
Yeah,
in leadership
true.
roles and education.
True,
So I can see where I am competitive though. I have had, and I'm gonna tell you, I've had, and I can be competitive with even someone that looks half good as me, maybe 3 times my size, because it doesn't have to do with the person's look, and it doesn't have to do with the person's outer appearance. The person that you're trying that is going to be your person falls for you because of the inside.
That's
That's
true.
that attraction on the outside, but attraction can only go so far. But if they're and I'm sincere, and I think I believe I am, because I am in a role that I'm constantly nurturing kids. And as a school leader, I had to nurture my teachers. I had to make sure that they were okay, that, hey, what do you need? What you need? Are you okay? Because you got all these huercos in your classroom. Are you fine? You need to go to happy hour.
Not okay.
Did you go on a date? How are you doing? You're single. You better get on a dating app, because kids
True.
should not be, the kids here should not be your life.
Right.
So maybe that's where my sincerity comes from.
Really quickly, guys.
Yeah.
And so if you guys are watching, it says call us via WhatsApp. You guys can call that number. And actually, if you want to chime in and actually join the conversation, you can.
Yes.
So
Towards the end.
But the number is there. Just so keep that in mind.
Keep that in mind. We're going to wrap it up at the end.
Right.
You're going to join in on the chat at the end. So get that number down. And you can, and Ilsa's going to pose a question. She's really good about posing the question of whatever we're talking about, you put it back on the
Well, before we go on
viewers.
to Marianne, this was posted to me earlier today.
Okay.
So your energy and what you give out usually when you meet somebody, and in this case, I'm gonna say a man, okay, is how is your handshake? Somebody asked it today. Ilsa, how is your handshake? So give me your hand. I have a very and I squeeze.
Well, no wonder.
Pinche Ilsa, pues, ¿cómo quieres que?
And so
You don't want to scare anybody away.
The counselor said to me, this guy said to me, well, that there you go. You're asserting
You
yourself
start off.
as the man. His second question to me was, do you know how to dance together? And I said, I've taken dancing lessons, but I don't really like to dance because I have a fear of dancing.
Why?
Do you know what my fear of dancing is? I take the lead in dancing.
Mm-hmm.
And the men get very frustrated and they say, and I've been told multiple times, can I lead? And I said, I don't know what that means. Like, I don't know what I'm doing, that I'm taking that away from you. Can you tell me?
You're
So they
ripping
give
them
up.
from their masculinity.
Oh, I
That's
know.
what you're doing.
So ladies, how is your handshake and how do you dance?
It depends on who I'm meeting.
Okay.
So you're absolutely right. If it is a male person that I am not interested in, I will give that firm handshake. Like, I'm gonna bust your balls, kind of like, you don't want me to grab them because te los voy a,
You're a goner.
Yeah, so I'm not interested. But if it is someone I'm interested, give me your hand. I turn it like this.
Bridgerton.
Bridgerton.
Yes,
I call it the Bridgerton.
And I don't squeeze it very hard.
I'm gonna need a little.
And I make them come to me. Like if it's someone I'm like when we're networking, nice to meet you. My name is Claudia Macias with NHPO. Here's my card. So glad you came. But if it's someone I like, I might be interested. I'm like, hey, I bring it in a little bit.
Oh.
And I kind of turn it a little bit.
My Bridgerton is when I messed up the whole date. And I'm like, nice to meet you.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
So it just depends. What about you?
You know what? I've never really paid attention, to be quite honest with you. I mean, yo soy bien. I'm a really friendly person, and so if I get a vibe from somebody that they're friendly, I immediately go in for like, hi, how are you?
Yeah,
that's just me.
That was okay. That was something that was said today.
Yeah, that was.
Are you a hugger?
That's just me. Like I go in for, but like if I'm in a professional setting, it's gonna be like the handshake, a firm handshake,
Yeah.
But usually if it's in a non-professional setting, I always go in for the hug. That's just me. I don't know if it's perceived as me being too friendly, but I mean, I am who I am. Take me or leave it.
Take it or leave it. Take it or leave it.
Yeah.
Apparently a firm handshake will lead to you being the dominant person, and men do not all of them, I'm not, but the majority do not feel comfortable with that because in their thinking, not all of them, let me just put it out there, not everyone, but you are going to dominate that relationship moving forward.
Yes, and it for people like us who are in leadership roles, who are at the forefront of things, we do need someone that is very secure in who they are and realize, and those are the people that we can actually let ourselves go with. And they will be okay with that handshake. They will be okay with you being a little bit more male or assertive, because in that person will create the space for you to be in your feminine.
True, but I feel silly. When I meet a man and you like that person, you're gonna. But I feel silly being the giggly person, like, oh hi,
the girly. You feel silly being me.
I'm like, what are you doing? I think to myself, what are you doing?
But I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you. I know, but I've seen it.
I've seen it too.
And
I've seen Ilsa be this.
I have secretly recorded you and taken pictures of you
because it's possible.
I'm like, who's this girl? But the thing is that it takes a certain man to do that, and we should not let go of who we are. Like I love your energy. I want to be more of you. I want to be more of like, you pass me. You want to pass me up? You don't want to go out with me?
Join the line.
Like, it's okay. And I just told you this yesterday. I forgot something about it. If they pass on going out with you and hanging out with you over and over and over again, I'm like, why would you pass this? Right. And this one's like first time you probably get past the adios. You won't even look in the rearview mirror.
I wish I was like that, but
I want to be like that.
But I'm not good at rejection. I suck.
I say it all the time. I sing it all the time. I say it. I que saber perder. I just don't know how because I'm very competitive and I don't like to lose.
Yes, and everybody has that.
I'm a quiet competitive person.
You're a quiet competitive person. Where some people are loud competitors. Like for me, like hi.
And I just want what I want when I want it.
Yeah, Marian does that. I love that.
I want what I want when I want it. And I do not like, I suck at losing. I'm just competitive and I want what I want.
Yeah. So our question to our viewers, how do you handshake?
What energy does your handshake give?
Yeah. Is it the competitive one, or you're going to be mine, or
is it the fist bump?
Or something I've noticed that you meet somebody and you're very like serious, but that person really melts who you are, and then you end up being either the best of friends or the worst of enemies.
Well, for me, I'm literally a puddle. There's a certain person that has turned me into puddles, and I have had to not let myself get puddly because I've realized that person is. I really realize that person, especially now at the crossroads of my life, where I have a lot of things happening, good things, challenging things. This person is not. I know this person's not the one. Because if I have to think about asking someone, even though your words may say, I'm here for you, whatever you need, blah, blah, blah. But I don't feel it. That their energy is not matching what I'm needing. And then you're reminded later when you're like, well, I think maybe not. And then boom, God gives you a sign. And you're like, I'm just going to observe the behavior. Remember when I said observing behaviors, and the behavior I observed does not match what was said. So now I want to be like you, Ilsa, and say, just wave, smile and wave. Yeah. But like you, I'm like, how can I be in the same room and still be
functional?
Not a puddle.
Not a puddle. I've seen
Like that's what I mean about your
True.
energy. I want to
Because-
bottle that and be able to say, well, F you too.
Ignoring people is one of the biggest hurts that you can
Yeah, I've read
possibly inflict on someone. When you see that person, pass that person up and don't turn. That that will always hurt. Recently that brought up with Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. Remember on the trial where he would never look at her, and he had told her, like, she pretty much flipped all over the place to get his attention.
Yeah.
And he never looked up and looked at her. And that woman was probably the most hurt woman in the world at the time.
because it's like a hit to her ego.
Yeah, you don't want to look at me. Oh wow,
Yeah.
that's always. And I feel like whenever you meet somebody that doesn't give you
The time of day.
what you can give back to them, hey, it's your loss.
Mhm.
It's your loss. I'm not going to sit here and sell myself to you.
No.
I'm not going to tell you how
No.
great I can be or how toxic I
No.
can be or whatever. I mean, I'm not going to sell myself to you. It's just that if you don't see that from the beginning or something good in you, move on. There is a lot of men in the sea.
Yes.
But let's talk about their energy.
Yeah.
You made a really good point. If your energy doesn't match their energy, but have you ever met that man with big energy?
What do you mean by
What kind of energy?
What kind of big energy are you talking about?
You know.
Oh, that.
Oh, by the way, I'm the one that just, I don't know how to say like words like that. Isn't that weird? Like I'm 40 plus.
And I get
don't
all
use
weird about
words like penis and all that. I don't know why. What's wrong with me?
And it made me giggle.
I just don't use it. But have you ever met men that give that big energy?
Well,
But
yes,
when you
because
meet them and then they're really doesn't match.
it doesn't. You know what? Like it's kind of like when they say that when they drive like a big old truck, is they have something to prove?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like
or a
that.
big pistola.
Like a big gun or like
Yeah.
a big
It's
truck.
just
It's
too-
because
it's
they
just
have
too-
something to
yeah.
prove,
Or short men.
Oh,
love 'em
little
all.
man syndrome.
Or short men. Yeah, they
Little
get
man
very
syndrome.
upset with you. They're very upset because they have to compensate. When you're like looking at them like you're perfect just the way
Just
you
you
are.
are. Just
Like
the way
you
you
don't
are.
have to be,
For me, I've always said like physical attraction is good. I mean, obviously you have to be physically attracted to somebody. Pero for me, I'm not really big on looks, to be quite honest with you.
No, she's not.
I really am
You're-
not. Like they always make
I'm sorry. Did I say that out loud?
she did. I am not. I've never been big on looks. Like to me, it's like if you can talk to me and start a conversation and keep the conversation going,
Of course.
man, that's a panty dropper. Like for real.
Of course. I like that too. I mean, there's been plenty of fish that are super gorgeous. And then I'm like, is that all you're going to talk about?
Yes.
It's
like,
kinda
no,
boring.
I've never.
Yeah.
That's why
Eh.
years ago, I realized that I'm just not big on looks. There's got to be like something there.
There has to, yeah.
Pero even then, like I'll give like Mr. Average Joe a chance.
Average Joe. I
Mr.
love
Average Joe a chance. And because you never know, like that could be your soulmate, you know? And at the end of the day, like, ¿para qué quieres alguien, looking like a supermodel?
Yes.
And I can't sit there and have a conversation with my better half.
Well, we're going to have to continue this on our next episode recording because we are now towards the end. Because
Already?
my quote has come on.
Oh.
And this is the quote that actually got me to thinking, along with your information, Comadre Ilsa, and you and because I think the best thing you could do is surround yourself with people that are not like you. They're a little bit different than you.
Always.
Because that way you learn. I'm learning so much from the amazing women in my education field, in my professional and networking field, like you guys in recording. And I learn about myself every day, the things that I need to work on.
Right.
And one of the things that I came across was a quote. And I don't know if my phone was hearing, because phones can listen, and then they put something on. And this quote came across. I don't even know who wrote it, but it came on just when I needed it. And it said, if they are interested in you, they will make an effort, not excuses.
El interés tiene pies.
What she said in Spanish.
Yes.
And that was like, that hit different.
Absolutely.
Because I've read it before and I've seen it before, but I needed to hear it at that moment. I'm like, that's right, because I make an effort. Whether you're my friend, if we're friends, I make an effort. If I say I'm going to
course.
do something and I can't do something, or I'm going to check out, I let you know.
Yes, you do.
So, even in dating, that person, you need to treat each other as a friend first.
Of course.
Because in the end, it's still friendship. And if it goes
Exactly.
sideways, it doesn't work out, and you still need to be in each other's worlds, you still need to have to maintain a professional friendship. So when I saw that, I'm like, and not just in dating life, but in
personal
in
business.
work life, in business.
The foundation of a healthy relationship is always a friendship, I believe.
Yes.
And don't force a friendship.
No.
y'all.
Yeah, if it has to
I-
be
you
forced,
know,
then it's not going to work.
It's not.
it's not. And if somebody does not want that, then move on. Again,
I like how you
there's
said.
a lot
I like how
of
you wave
things
your
on this
hand.
street.
You
Like
just
there is,
wave.
y'all. There's so many people out there. Networking has taught me that that there's always new people you meet, and in my closest friends have become from meeting through networking.
I agree.
And here we are.
And here we are.
Yeah,
I mean,
I agree.
it's just your energy and your time are so valuable for a man, a woman, or whoever, for them not to value you.
Exactly.
Oh my God, yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
Like I don't.
And for it to be reciprocated,
Yes.
it has to be reciprocated.
Yeah.
So if you're giving off an energy, make sure that energy that you're giving, you're getting it back. Otherwise, then there's no point.
No.
There really is no point.
No.
There isn't.
All right. So you heard it from three comadres here. I'm sitting in between
Ilsa.
Marianne.
and Marianne, and this is Claudia Macias, and we are part of the
Hey
Comadre
Comadres
podcast. Don't forget to download it. You can find it on Apple, on Spotify. Listen to it later on. You can also come back to RadioCrystalUSA.com, the home of the podcast, and get a chance to watch it and listen to it again. And if you'd like to partake, this is our first time that we put the number on there. Call us next time. And we'd love to hear, what energy do you bring to your handshake, to your meetings, personal, to your dating, to your friendships? How important is that energy that you bring, and why? So, also thank you to SDC Builds. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tony Garcia.
Tony Garcia for opening up your doors. Maria Garcia, the president of SDC Builds, for opening the doors and making sure that we're here and able to record this podcast. So don't forget to join us again, because we're just three Latinas who are trying to figure out our life and our world as we live it every day. And join us for what we're doing, and perhaps you can walk away with something that can support you or help you or confirm that what you're doing is okay. And here's a little video so you can see it. Adios.
Bye.
Hasta la otra. I like that video. Adios.
Bye, Liliana.
Bye, Comadre Liliana. Thank you so much for doing the engineering part.
Thank you.